All right, it's 6 o'clock. Everybody stand for the pledge of allegiance, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call to order the Town Council regular meeting, September 1st, 2021 at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stadler. Here. Councilmember Nall. Here. Councilmember Macis. Councilmember Hammack.
Here.
Councilmember Warren.
Here.
Councilmember Chavez.
Here.
Mayor Hargis.
Are there any additions to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
This is time for citizens' comments. Got 3 minutes. Comments will be allowed on matters of interest or concern to citizens, except items to be considered at tonight's meeting that include time for citizens' comment.
Anybody?
Let the record show there are no citizen comments. Consent agenda. Did everybody get a chance to look over the consent agenda? Any questions, comments, concerns? Let's entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 2, general business, ordinance 21-09, an ordinance stating the intent of the town of Hudson to acquire real property for the purpose of constructing and improving the County Road 49, State Highway 52 intersection through the utilization of the town's power of eminent domain, and directing the town staff and town attorney to notify all persons affected thereby of the above stated intent of the town, and thereafter to comply with all pertinent provisions of CRS 38-1-101 at SEC relating to good faith negotiations, second reading.
Thank you. This is the second reading. This was passed on August 18th unanimously, and it has no amendments. And I'm not sure if Hillary wants to add anything, but there should be no comment from staff.
Hillary, would you like to add anything?
No, I don't, unless you guys have questions.
Any questions for the staff? Entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 21-09, an ordinance stating the intent of the town of Hudson to acquire real property for the purpose of constructing and improving the County Road 49/State Highway 52 intersection through the utilization of the town's power of eminent domain, and directing the town staff and town attorney to notify all persons affected therefore or thereby of the above stated intent of the town, and thereafter to comply with all pertinent provisions of CRS 38-1-101 relating to good faith negotiations.
I second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. B, discussion downtown variable message sign. We have Casey Easton online.
How's everybody doing?
Good, thank you.
If I can give a quick introduction. Casey is the sales representative for Da Vinci Sign. Da Vinci Sign is also the same company to put our variable message sign out in front of Town Hall. And I've invited them here tonight to discuss what we are considering for the sign. And real quick. On the screen. Okay. This is property that we're going to acquire from CDOT. We've been talking to them for about a year and a half about that. So they're wrapping that up, and I will turn it over to Casey.
So what we're looking at, I don't know if you could scroll up there, Guy, onto the first page. So this sign is very similar to the original sign that we have outside the town hall, with a couple minor modifications. One is the base. We raised the sign up about 3 feet, just due to the new location where that sign is going to be placed. We wanted to get a little more visibility out of it. The LED display that we are proposing here is a different, newer technology than the previous One thing that I know Guy said that we had issues with was the communication with the Wi-Fi communication. All LEDs now are moving to cellular communication. So as long as you have an internet connection anywhere in the world, you can program that sign. And I did show a few different text options. We weren't 100% sure what we wanted the sign to say on top, so I showed a couple versions below. But majority of the sign is fabricated almost the same exact way as the other sign.
Is it the same size as the other sign?
It is the same width-wise, yes. It's just about 3 to 4 feet taller.
It's pretty nice.
So
The positioning of that sign, I mean, we were out on site and viewed it. It's kind of difficult to gain where we want to place it exactly. And I think once we get a little closer to that area being a little cleaned up and getting some of that dirt leveled out, I think we'd have a better idea of where to place it.
So what staff is requesting from council is just a general go ahead if you're okay with this, or you want mass changes or comments. And
What's
wanna
the
give feedback.
cost of it?
This particular sign, it comes in under, you budgeted $50,000. This is about 47 to 48. And there's still going to be some modification for where it's a bigger section of right of way that we're getting than I thought. So I was putting in next year's budget to finish off everything.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I think there's some other things around town that needs to be fixed first before we go and put another electronic sign out when we already have one.
This was budgeted. That's why we brought it to you.
So my, if it's safety, you're taking the drivers off the road and you got to read a sign. I don't know how much, wordage you're going to have on the sign, but there's a lot can happen. This is like texting and driving. You just want to stay away from that, looking at signs.
If I could interject a little bit in regards to the programming of the message centers, majority of the cities do not allow flashing animation. So most of the images are static images. They hold times are usually about a minute. So as far as being a distraction to a driver, we've eliminated that by not flashing and animating the signs. It's really no different than a static image, other than it'll change once every minute.
The only other question I have is, did we look at putting this in the first roundabout coming into town?
No, because we don't own it, first of all. And the second reason is, the reason we tried to acquire the right of way from CDOT is so we wouldn't have to go through their permit process. And they wouldn't have allowed it in the roundabouts anyway.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to get other stuff in there a year or so ago.
Any other questions? Do we have a direction on, do you guys want to move forward, or?
I mean, we already budgeted for it. I got no issues with it.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm a no on that one.
I'm sorry?
I'm a no.
No? Okay.
I don't know. I just think we need other things fixed in town, but it is what it is, I guess.
So, majority?
And how does everybody feel about the design and the aesthetics? And
I like the one that says, Town of Hudson, Colorado, better than I do Welcome to Hudson. That's personal preference.
It says what?
Town of Hudson, Colorado, instead of Welcome to Hudson.
Is that on there? You have that one on there?
I'm sorry?
You have that one on there?
It's farther down,
I believe it's on the second page.
It's right there.
right there on the left.
Okay. Looks good. What do you guys think about that one? It looks like we like the Town of Hudson instead of the Welcome to
Yeah,
Hudson.
Town Hudson.
Small town feel.
Mhm. So like we like the Town of Hudson, Colorado one.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you. Any other questions? For
Okay,
discussion
thank you.
forward? All right, this is time for our staff reports. Anything?
Not a heck of a lot to report right now, but they are starting. We had the kickoff meeting with Aloe, and the people in Hudson Hills, you can see that they're starting there. So they kind of start from the outside, they're moving in. So we've already done a fair amount of boring, and they will continue going on, but we're working with them on permits and stuff like that. And then they are starting to resurface buckboard in Hudson Hills. I'm reporting for Hunter too. The reason I'm reporting for Hunter is down at the sewer plant right now.
Fixing
They
the
had a
leak.
they had a power surge and it blew out one of their instruments. So he's down there working on
Oh, that's the
Cool.
worst.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of where we're at. Any questions?
Was there any change in the projected date for the completion of Aloe, or are we still looking at December?
So their drop dead date is December 25th, and we are assuming it's going to be done late November, early December.
Okay.
So yes, we're still on schedule for this year to get it all complete in the ground.
All right, so if you're,
One more thing, they've contacted me and they're looking very, very hard for a storefront in town. So if you know anybody we went through a bunch of buildings. But we don't have contact with the owners, they're private property, so, but if anybody knows anything,
the gun
let me know and I
store,
can get it to them.
that's up for sale.
I'm sorry?
$950,000.
They want a storefront, there you go.
Which one?
I said the gun store
Oh.
is up for sale. All right, so if you're speaking for Hunter, is he aware that the water tank has a massive leak?
Not one, but two.
Which water tank?
By the fishing pond, the first one?
I don't know if he does or not.
I mean, it's hard to miss when all the citizens are commenting about it and there's a big puddle of mud there and it just drip, 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 drip. So that needs to be fixed and addressed ASAP.
Hopefully it's a quick fix.
And if he's
Sure.
not aware of it, then
Some
they
of that,
should
what's that called? Seal
look at
coat.
their tanks more often.
Yeah. If not, if it's gonna be a while, I would like to put a rain barrel there so I can collect it for my yard.
It's treated. Yeah,
Well, instead of letting it go to waste.
no, we'll get it replaced, but thank you for telling me.
And do we know if he fixed whatever issue he was talking about at the last meeting about that happened when they upped the PSI for the water pressure? Something went wrong, I believe, on the computer or something. I can't
No, and
remember.
we cannot get, the people that at Northern Engineering that were working on it are not responding to us. And
Well,
we
need to
need
figure
them.
out how to get that fixed,
Yes, I-
obviously. So if Northern Engineering isn't gonna do it, we need to contact somebody else that will. I mean, we're not just gonna let it sit and be broke. We paid all this money. It's just issue after issue after issue every week.
Okay.
So that's all I had for Hunter.
Thank you, Hillary.
Nothing from me, thank you.
We don't have anything.
Anybody else? Jay is not in today.
Looks like Jay's out on a call.
Oh, okay.
Any questions or anything for him?
Simon.
No, I don't have anything.
No.
Thank you.
I don't have anything.
I'm good.
So once again, our meeting minutes are still not up to date online. I'm tired of asking every single time we have a council meeting. I would like to see if we can get an executive session next council meeting to discuss what we need to do about this. So it's a little frustrating when members of our town can't even go online and look at the minutes.
What
And
minutes are
then-
missing?
Planning Commission, Rec and Events Committee, ours is only a month behind, so that's not bad, but Rec and Events Committee is 3 months behind. Planning Commission's 2 months behind. I've brought this up every single meeting we've had, so I don't understand why we just don't do anything about it. It's a little frustrating. So I want an executive session to discuss what we can do about this and if it's a management problem, if it's somewhere else, whatever. Also, we bought all this updated equipment during COVID to record our meetings and post them online. Have we ever posted a video of our meetings online yet?
We have not.
So why did we get all this equipment? And you said we were gonna do it.
So we could
and
do
we have
Zoom
not
meetings.
yet.
So we
Right,
could do
but
Zoom
you
meetings.
also said we were gonna record the meetings and put them online for people to view.
We can get 'em
I
up.
mean, did you not say that?
No, we can get them up.
Okay, so I'm just curious why you said something and it's been almost a year and nothing's been done about it.
We can get them up.
It's just a little frustrating. That's all I had.
Sarah, can I interrupt for a second?
Yep.
So we would need to talk about an actual basis for an exec session, but Guy and I can do that and figure out. We're limited under the open meetings law as to what can be discussed in an exec session, and I don't see a clear basis unless it's a personnel matter.
Basis, because when we discussed Guy's raise, we put in that he needs to manage his departments better. And I feel like he hasn't done anything since stuff still isn't getting done. So that's why I want an executive session to talk about that.
Okay, so it's about his performance.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have nothing.
Just for reference, Guy, it looks like the last minutes for planning commission were the ones from June. The
Rec and events should be April
So
or
they
May.
don't, so the July meetings will get approved at this coming planning session. So that's why. And then I think the rec ones
Are
Judy's been
April.
working on and
I
they're
know,
gonna get
but
approved the next
she's
meeting.
been working on them forever, and I keep telling you that, and you keep feeding me the same lie, and it's very frustrating.
It's made for the rec and events committee.
So April, May, June, July, August. Well, that August would be September. So 4 months are missing. And I have brought this up for 2 months now straight, probably before that. So it just feels like you guys are hiding stuff that you don't want citizens to know about. It's all transparency.
Absolutely.
So
Okay. Time for citizens' comments. 3 minutes per person. Comments will be allowed on matters of the town council previously considered, for which public comment was not previously received. Let the record show we don't have any citizens at the building, and meeting adjourned at 6:17.
Hey, Guy, did we confirm that no one online wants to comment?
Redden, would you like to comment?
No comment, I don't think. All right. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.